Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Ixalan draft here on Big Derf Gaming. And, huh, got a pretty interesting pack here. Got a couple options. Um, Between Air Elemental and Glorified Risk, I do think Air Elemental is better, just because it's just always a flyer. There is an amount of drawback here. Like, yes, when it's Sarah Angel, obviously Sarah Angel is better than Air Elemental, but Sarah Angel costs 4 life, so at least a turn. To be truly Sarah Angel, you might need as much as 6 life per turn cycle, because you're going to need to give it flying and vigilance on your turn, and then maybe give it flying to block on the opponent's turn. And then Stormfleet Aerialist is also very good. But I think it's still better just to take the Air Dad. The big elemental do the work. This is very crucially a what? What the heck uncommon did they open? What? Sorry, let me finish my original point, and then we'll get into this next. Elemental crucially dodges both Vanquish and Lightning Strike and unrated Fire Cannon Blast. So, like, the 4 power, 4 toughness is a very crucial anti-removal, kind of effect in this format. That's it. This card is pretty nuts, right? Like a 5-mana 3/4 vigilance is like not great, but like you would like deal with it. You would play it if you had to. And yeah. Okay, so now we have interesting problem here because it's the always interesting, like, can we play white blue? Because while this is a vampire, it doesn't return target vampire card with converted mana cost 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. It's just target creature card. So we don't necessarily have to be vampires in order to maximize the power of it. I mean, and there's not a lot in any other. I guess we're going white blue maybe, or at least we're looking that way. We're gonna take a Siren's look out here. I really like this card. I like it a little better than Looter, though. Probably, if you were to look at all of my drafts and how often I end up without enough 2-drops, probably I'm supposed to take Looter, but huh. Got a couple more interesting options here. Tishana is a good card when she enters the battlefield and you have creatures in play, you just kind of win. There are other options here too. That does take us into another color, and if we're gonna go into another color, well, there's also this Fire Cannon Blast, and maybe it can be green red or white red or green red, blue red or white red, or we could take Bishop Soldier, which does have keyword 2-drop. Is good if we're going skies. If going skies is the plan. I think I'm gonna take the Bishop Soldier. I know, like, going like just right into white blue probably isn't the best plan, but these are very good cards here. Yes, I know. Right now, I could just take this Firebrand if I had that. If I had gone the other way, and I could be just off and running. But I think I'll take the Judgment here. It is a narrow removal spell, but it does it is effective in the format because a lot of the stuff you need to get rid of is, well, there you go. You can get it with that. Skyblade. It sticks with our skies slash defensive plan, and yeah. Oh, how spicy are we feeling? Yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know. I don't think that card is very good on one hand, but on the other hand, there's not a lot in this pack. Um, Pirate's Prize. I mean, doesn't blow me away. That might actually be okay in this deck. We're gonna take the Axis. I don't know if we're gonna play it. It goes right to the sideboard for now, but we're taking it. Oh, this is a bit of a pick. I think we're gonna take the Pirates because our current plan is to fly, and this is always on, and that we need another creature to turn on. But look, I do like the Dreadnought, but I do think the Pirates is also very good. Cancel? Not really a cancel format, but I mean, also not really playing Sunrise Seeker, am I? Maybe it's better to, even if I'm not playing either, if I don't plan on playing either one, maybe it's better to take the Seeker out of the pack. We'll take a Vampire Seal. We are a non-zero number of vampires plus a 1-mana trick. Flash of Talons we'll deal with. Siren's Ruse. We might be able to get some value out of that. We're not opposed to that. I mean, there's a chance that, you know, we're going to move that Headwater Sentries over for now. There's a chance that gets in there. So far, okay. I mean, we're white-blue. I don't want to be white-blue. But, you know, we got to do what we got to do. And being white-blue is like, it is a nice little change of pace. Captain Lannery Storm for that blue-red deck, pirate aggro deck we should be having right now. Instead, we opened god dang nothing for our deck. The best card for our colors in our deck is probably Opt. And that is just first picking an Opt. Is that where we're at right now? Kanjali's Gala isn't doing anything. You can make an argument for maybe Dark Nourishment. And keep an eye out for some way to get the splash in. I think we're just going to opt for the consistency. Oh, what? What? What is happening? Why am I not? Why am I in the wrong colors? Why am I in this terrible white-blue deck? No. One with the wind. It's better than River Sneak. I mean, we could take Reggie and see how many pirates or treasure we can get. Ah, that is disgusting. I think we just take the one with the wind. Oh, I hate my life right now. Especially, it's like we're apparently getting cut on these colors. Like, what is happening? What is happening? Train wreck. It's a train wreck in progress. Uh. 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 You just concede? No. Is it Windstrider? Oh, okay. We can take a Ceratops here. That's interesting. A bit expensive. Ugh, is it better just to take the Navigator's Ruin? If there is a Navigator's Ruin deck, it's the Skies deck. Ceratops is a 7-drop. I guess we have a Prosperous Pirates. But how reliably do we get there? Especially in this deck. We're going for it. Things are happening. Okay, we'll take the Tempest Caller. Ooh, this is interesting. Off the bat, Merfolk is also apparently wide open coming from this direction. I don't. We got Run Aground or Vampire Seal number 2. I think we take Run Aground number 1. We do not have a lot of Explorer. So I don't think we can take the Caravel. But I do not want to take another Windstrider, do I? Just the mono Windstrider deck? That seems bad. It's literally the only thing in our colors. And it, in theory, works with Navigator's Ruin. Oh, man. Are we building a terrible build deck? I still don't want a Conjali's Caller. So I'm going to take a Field of Ruin. Just in case we need it on the board in. I kind of think I just want the Gilded Sentinel. Oh, this is interesting. I think I could get value out of Fire Cannon, but Queen's Commission is also like a good way to just slow down the clunk up the board. I think I'm going to take the Fire Cannon because it's an uncommon. I'm more likely to stumble into a Queen's Commission in the last pack. Sure. Ooh, that's a good sideboard card. Sure. Is there a non-zero chance we play Chalice? We're just like 5-drops. How many games do we play Chalice on turn 3 and not just die before we untap? Probably all of them, right? Man, will this red-blue pirate deck just be destroying people right now? This like go back in this draft and just cry about the red-blue pirate deck I could have, because that's what should be going on right now. We need to sing. We need to write songs about that deck. Schooner. I don't love it with this deck, but there really isn't much else we want here. Ugh. Not what I was hoping to open. Uh, Skyblade? Depths is fine and Dive Down is also fine, but I think we just want another Skyblade. Cutlass? Definitely Cutlass, right? That's already a pirate. Other stuff isn't pirates, but it's still fine things to strap a Cutlass to. Yeah, I think we want the Cutlass. I think it's like required for this deck to work. Huh. Well, A, like I was saying, this Marefold deck is open. B, can I use this? Not really. So do I want to just take a Quartermaster? I've got a Cutlass. And then a Schooner as an option, or a cannon. Like, I've got a Cutlass plus another option. I don't quite think I want favorable winds. I don't think we're quite that deck yet. Well, this is interesting. Copal is probably just strictly worse than Sailor of Beans in this deck, right? I just want another Vampire Zeal? Or is it time to start taking these favorable wins? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no, not favorable wins. So I guess it's the Vampire Zeal? Oh, would I love to be taking a Plunderers here? I mean, I'm probably just gonna take the Plunderers here. What else am I playing? Uh do I want another Slash? Or do I just want a Paladin? I think I just want a Paladin. Gum up the works. None of these white cards do I want. I guess I'll take Lancer. Like, cause it's like if they're like the all 1/1 deck, I guess. Like if somebody's just all in aggro, if they're all in aggro, it's kind of jolly. Well, no, I mean if they're like rolling in Raptor companions. Uh, do we just take Dive Down? I think that's better than the second Legion's Judgment. Oh, Queen's Commission. We've got enough combat tricks. Take another one, clearly. It's actually, it's not really the best in this deck. That's at its best in the, despite the fact there's a human on it, it's definitely at its best when you're making your dinosaurs indestructible. Even better if they have Enrage. Whew. Okay, so we had to cut a handful of cards here. First, let's group creatures separately. I don't think we want to play Cannon and Schooner both. I think we do want to play one of them as the backup for the Cutlass on the Headwater Centers. So we're going to cut the Schooner, I think. The Schooner? The Schooner. Um... do we want Siren Truce. Probably, right? We've got a Tempest Caller. We've got a decent amount of pirates. Yeah. Okay, now here's the obvious question. So do we really want to play this Navigator's Ruin Fleet Swallower combo? Probably not, right? Probably don't need these two cards. Probably pretty terrible. Queen's Commission's technically a creature. Well, two, really. Don't know that we want Pirate's Prize. What else do we cut here? Like we have to cut a Vampire Zeal. And then I guess one of the Windstriders. Yeah, I mean, okay. Here we are. It's not a good deck. We definitely got into the wrong colors and then did not get out of them. We probably should have. Like, we had the opportunity. We were staring right at it. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Train wreck, train wreck, train wreck, train wreck, train wreck. Oh, God. Train wreck. If we don't face... If we don't get too beat up by the matchups, I do think the deck can, like, grind out at least a 2-1. I mean, I don't think the deck is great, but I do think, like, it has some powerful cards in it. Between the Air Elementor, the Bishop. The Tempest Caller is also a powerful card. So, there, like, it has the power to win games. But then there's stuff like this happens where I can't cast my damn spells. Ah, you got a mulligan, right? Hey, that's much better. Okay. Not a land. Nice land. Cool. Oh, nice. Nice! Nothing from my opponent on turn 2 is good for me. And then Siren Lookout for turn 3, also very good. Explore Trigger should be very good for us here. And with the Siren Lookout, we get the free equip and the Cutlass the turn after. Hoo! Get in there with the Bishop Soldier. Land is not that bad there, because it does keep us with Dive Down Up when we play Pirate's Cutlass. And it does get us onto what we need to eventually Stormcaller, or Tempest Caller. So I was reading the, flavor text. God, I don't have the Dive Down Up. That's super annoying. The moment he played that and tapped that green man, I knew. Oh God, we can't actually get anything with Quartermaster. I think we just play the Cutlass then. Uh, that Stomp, yo, Savage Stomp is so good. Why does it only cost 1 mana when it targets a dinosaur? To do that turn? That turn is so good. What do we got here? Oh, the Sawtooth. And he gets to gain 2. Oh, that is annoying. Well, now what do we do? Get in for 3, he cracks back for 9? That doesn't feel good. I didn't draw any land, so I can't realistically, like, play a Quartermaster, go for double block. That seems bad. I guess I make a Fire Cannon and leave it black, leave the Lookout back, and then I have Dive Down up to pick out the Dagger Tooth. It is not my ideal scenario, I will admit to that one. And I can't like attack with the Siren's Lookout and then run aground and try to race because he gets to gain 2 life again when the Sword Tooth comes back down. Prepared to get 2 for 1 to hell here when he plays what's it called? Crash. Oh, no, nothing. Okay. Whew. Whew. That's big. If he blows that out, we pretty much lose this game on the spot. Though, about that. No, I don't have to do that. Oh, hey. Okay, well. That's got to be correct. None of these other plays actually can do anything about that. And then I do still have Run Aground to buy like 2 turns against the Sword Tooth. Looking for maybe it would be not bad, like as long as it's not Raptor Companion or not Raptor Companion, Raptor Hatchling, which will the trigger will get him a 3/3. But we'd love to see him play a X1 here. And then if we bounce Sword Tooth, it sets him up in a bad spot. Huntmaster, ugh. Really? Okay. No, we don't want to do that. Why would we? I mean, I get that there is some weird scenario where we might want to do that, but kind of have to run around here. So I'm just gonna set up for that. And I think next turn I think I run aground. Hopefully this isn't a dinosaur. That's very bad for us if it is. Brutal. Wait, he didn't give it haste. He didn't give it haste. He offered up the Huntmaster. Do I take it? Yeah, right, because that stops him from attacking with the Sword Tooth next turn. Don't need to do that still. Oh. Okay. How lucky do we feel? Basically, we can opt for hoping to hit a land, but if we don't find a land, we do just die. Other options include just playing Quartermaster or Caller or Fire Cannoning that Raptor, because we know the top card of his library is the Sword Tooth. So I think. But if I don't opt now, do I when do I get to opt? I think I have to, right? I mean, I don't die this. Like, he can't kill me. I'm gonna hold the opt. Just attack me. Just attack me. You don't need to play it before combat. Just attack me. Oh, man. This guy is just all over the place. He attacks with both. I know there's a sword tooth in his hand. I block here. And fire cannon that. Hey, we still in it. There's no way we can activate that this turn anyway. So while I do kind of want to discard, I do intend to discard Quartermaster to it. I don't need to do it right now. That's a pretty good draw. Pretty good. Not obviously not great, but pretty good. What do I do here? The play is probably opt and then Tempest Caller, because if I play Bishop of Rebirth, I'm just throwing it away at the Sword Tooth. If I'm gonna throw something away and take damage, I'll take one more damage and throw away the Tempest Caller. That doesn't get us out of this. That goes on the bottom. Ugh. Brutal. Doesn't win in the game, but does get me down to 1, which is huge. Given the 5/5 trampler and all the math we were just doing over here. I think that wins the game for him, to be honest. I don't think we can sneak out of that now. No. I don't think Fire Cannon is one of my outs. Alright. We just are about to get around the corner, too, man. If we could have found some of that land a little earlier. Huh. Huh? Huh? Yeah. I just read the flavor text here. Captain, I think that island is following us. Yeah, I guess I just want the axis. And I think I pull out the sentries. They did not feel amazing in this matchup. There's a lot of non-creature spells, though. You know, it also didn't look good. Slash of Talons. Let's bring the sentries back in. Like, for any reasons that the sentries aren't good, oh, they only do 2 damage or whatever. Talent is also not great for those reasons. I mean, yes, talent can be used in conjunction with other things, but Sentries is also a 2/5. It's got a big butt. Yes, we want to go first. Yeah, we'll keep that. It's got a 2-drop. It's got a removal spell. It's got Opt to get, you know, something else. We're going to Opt on his turn. Not that it provides real much advantage here. It's just good practice. Bottom that. Okay. That's not bad. I'm going to lead with the Bishop Soldier because it's just a better 2-drop itself. And we don't really expect him to have much on 3. 2 drops we saw last time. Huntmaster, which doesn't block Soldier. I mean, the deck is bad, but if our opponent's just going to keep a 1-lander then concede when he doesn't draw the land on turn 2, I mean, we can win games then. Damn. Alright, well, I mean, the sideboarding doesn't change because the matchup didn't change, though I guess we are on the draw. Which is kind of bad for us, but we had to win a game on the draw either way. We're going to keep this. We find 1 land, we can play most of our hand because we get to play the Sailor of Means, which will get us to Paladin. Nice, nice. This is looking pretty good. Oh, very good. Because now we can go right to Windstrider. Skip Paladin completely, especially because he's not pressuring us at the moment. Lightning Strike on the Soldier, huh? Okay. Not necessarily right or wrong, just a little surprising. A little annoying that he gets to start gaining 2, but hey. Okay, we have now drawn enough lands, though. The deck can stop, please. You could just no more lands for the rest of the game. We'd be pretty a-okay with that. Deck only goes up to 6, so you bash, we balk, you get profit. But I'd rather him gain 2 life than us lose 3 in the net scheme of things. Like, we're not like we're not a crazy aggro deck, so it's not like we need to be like, hammer, you know. Oh, Quartermaster seems like it'll be a lot better this time. But do we play that right now, or do we just play the Paladin? Maybe we just play Quartermaster. Yes. Oh, it actually can't get Fire Cannon. It's a vehicle or equipment. It's not a general artifact. Well, that's a good note. I would have changed my deck building up. I'm gonna have to change that up. Like the difference maker there is definitely relevant between the Schooner and the cannon. I didn't really have too big of an opinion either way, but given that this is the situation, now that I'm realizing that, I should definitely probably bring the Schooner in. For future rounds, at least. The Fire Cannon actually does not seem terrible against a lot of his creatures. What do we do if he attacks with both? Do we double block the Jade Guardian? I think we just spread out the single blocks because if this way, like if he has a trick, he can only save, like he's got to use it immediately against one of our creatures. Where if we double block and he has the trick, he just shreks our whole board. And plus, when we play Pirate's Cutlass this turn, what? What? Okay. Cool with me. I'm gonna play Paladin. Probably better to play Windstrider because we get Paladin plus Cutlass next turn, but it also just felt like playing the Windstrider was like giving away the Windstrider's existence because it screamed that I had a trick if I make the play in that way. Okay, we'll take the Jade Guardian. We're just gonna flash in the double block. With Siren's Ruse and the number of pirates we have, and the like once we draw a pirate, we're gonna be in business. To take over the rest of this game. So I'm feeling pretty solid going forward. Like I'm okay going to empty boards right now. Of course, if we just draw lands. I have nothing I can do. We just need to, grab the Axis of Mortality, start exchanging life totals. Ayo. Do we do it yet? Depends what if he makes a dino before combat, I think we do it. I think we're gonna have to do it. Ugh. That's because they both have trample, so I can't even block one and do a flicker scenario or anything. Okay, buddy, but if you don't attack, I don't actually have to switch the life totals yet. Assuming I ever draw anything. Oh, man. Well, that's worrisome. Only because he didn't attack last turn. God damn it. Well, yep. We drew too much land there at the end. Ugh. That was super frustrating. We were remember that was a 2-land hand. That was here on turn 11 at 10 lands. Like, we never draw anything. How are we supposed to? How are we supposed to win? Like, access wasn't even that bad there. Like, because if we draw any creature at all, we can like do a lot of things with the trample and blocking things. And first hand had nothing we could play in it, by the way. So I just mulliganed to get it quick. Oh man, I gotta bottom the bishop. Ugh. Really want to find ourselves an island. One island. Honorary pirate, Skyblade of the Legion. Ooh, nice. I was gonna cutlass this turn, but ugh. Kind of unfortunate, though. Walk the plank on my Skyblade. That's intense. Also, this guy almost certainly has Vraska in his deck, which is terrible for us. I just assume anytime I see like a real, like a not traditional looking splash that like I'm about to just get smocked by a, you know, something huge, something bomby. Make a Sailor Beans and a Skyblade of the Legion. Pass the turn back. It looks like white-black vampires, but then this is green mana. It's green mana screaming Vraska. If I make a cutlass, it does give me attacks. But I think it's better to play the Paladin. Because then next turn I can make the cutlass and one with the wind and have more attacks. Because I can one with the wind onto the Paladin I just played. Because I don't really want to one with the wind onto any of the 1 power creatures. I'd much rather have a, you know, a demon, angel, dragon, you know, what do you want to... Oh, well then. I guess it's a good thing I didn't get to do that yet. Ooh. Well, that's not bad. Plan is the Siren's Ruse, the Paladin, at the end of his turn. And then strap the one with the wind. I could have Siren's Ruse that, but I mean, which does draw me the card and keeps him off the treasure, which probably would have been worth it. Keeping him off the treasure. Yeah. You're right. You're right. Still find ourselves an attacker. That's what the treasure's for. I mean, I'm not gonna save it. I got nothing to save it for. It's all about the value in this deck. Or the one turn acceleration, like if we do a Sailor Means from 3 to 5. Let's trap up the Prosperous Pirate just because it has a bigger butt. I like my creatures to have them fade aces. Sail back, okay. What? Alright. I mean, he's got options there. Alright, We saw a single Pious Interdiction, which I don't think is enough to bring in a Demystify quite yet on one. The only enchantment we saw, right? Yeah, right? Yeah. I don't think we need Axis. So that also could be good against his deck. Maybe we do want the Axis. Oh, Fire Cannon seems bad. Shooter does seem good, better against his deck. And then Axis in. We're gonna opt out. We brought in the Axis because we kind of expect the Vampire deck to get a bunch of life. And if he does, that's a good way to kind of drag him back into control. Land was pretty good there. Siren's Lookout would be a good draw. I have a dive down in hand and not a lot to do, so there's no reason for me to not just, wait for a turn. I could have played Siren's Ruse and dive downed if I had played an island. That might have been better. Might have been. That was almost definitely better to have as an option, but I'm not super excited about Siren's using the bishop, like throwing away 2 cards to kill a bishop soldier. That doesn't seem good. We can no longer attack with our bishop soldier, so we can just pass. Why didn't he attack with the flyer? Why didn't he attack with the flyer? I think I just take 3 then, right? If he's not gonna attack with the flyer. that's not bad. Hey. Alright. Board isn't exactly under control, because technically you can chip at me for 1 damage a turn if he wants to attack with both of his flyers. But he didn't attack with his flyer last turn when it was totally free. So I'll be kind of confused if he does. Like, was he worried about... What was he worried about me casting on 4 mana that's going to interact with his flyer? He's just, like, worried about a Slash of Talons? Possibility. I guess I just play the Axis now. I'm not, like, super inclined to want to ruse or dive down next turn, because he didn't do anything the last couple turns that have made me think I'm going to need that. I still think I just block Bloodletter. I don't think I want to necessarily exchange this turn. Yeah, no, especially because I'm going to have multiple... Who else am I going to choose? Oh! Like, one of, like, the best... Not one of the best, but drawing a 3-drop, super good there, because it lets us play a card, but still have both of our spells up. Now this turn, I think I take 2. I can block here. And then if I exchange next turn, I can still top deck because I don't really want to go too much lower. Oh, not necessarily what I was looking for, but pretty good top. Will let me take care of one of their flyers. Okay. We snapped the Bloodletter off, I think, right? Dive down. Stop in Nebraska's contempt. Oh, that felt good. Oh, that went well. The answer is no. I do not. Why would I? No, no. I do not want to go down to 8. Hey, hey, and we got the Big Daddy. I don't have the extra mana to Siren's Roost it. God damn. If I had Siren's Roost last turn, I could have dived down. Oh, that's frustrating. Fine, we're still sitting in Tempest Caller position. Maybe I should have attacked with Skyblade there in order to entice him to attack with his Skyblade in order to pick it off a Windstrider. I don't want to. Just say no. Oh, Legion's Judgment is pretty good. Yeah, this game is pretty in hand at the moment. Feeling very good about our chances. Not quite. Can't quite just smash with everything. Especially because he gets the lifelink if I smash with my ground creatures, so that definitely wouldn't have worked. Hey. I'll take one land, but no, you're not getting my Windstrider. This guy has all of the sick, nasty removal. Like, what? Settle, end Vraska's Contempt? And walk the plank? Like, I wanna live in this guy's deck. I wanna draft this guy's drafts. Jesus. Right up to where he's playing an Ixalan Diviner, and then I'm back to being confused. Oh. That's pretty good. You played two sick rare removal spells. and had two more good ones. Like, play my top deck, look. Yeah. Sure. Meanwhile, I'm out here running out the Axis of Mortality. Can we just be real about this for 1 second? Like, what happened was you were playing an Ixalan's Diviner in your absolutely disgusting white black deck? I don't get what happened. And so maybe you didn't have a Vraska? I assumed based on their weird green splash that they did, but for some reason they had an Ixalan's Diviner in there, which means I can't, assume anything. I never put this in for the Schooner. Where do I keep this? It's so loose. But, And that's how we lose. Keeping terribly loose hands. Like bad ones too. This is just a 2/2 for 4. Unless he doesn't have a dinosaur. Well, okay. What? What the heck? What? What is with our opponents today? They seem just like to actively like just not want to not want to turn this thing into a haste giver. Like that's an option, y'all know that, right? Oh man, I need a land. So if I top deck a land here, I'm in such a good spot because I can just murder his Huntmaster. I need a top deck a land. Land. Come on, land. Yes. Because if he didn't have a dino last turn for 3, he probably still doesn't have one this turn. I mean, if he draws a land, he draws a land, but can't haste it anyway. We got the HUD Master. Okay. I don't need to untap that right now, so I'm not going to. Do I want to play the Prosperous Pirates? Yeah, let's just play the Prosperous Pirates. That turns on Siren's Ruse as a protector for the pirates themselves, and then it also keeps us with Siren's Ruse available for when we get the Windstrider down. Answer's still no. Oh, that's pretty good. We will Cutlass, and we'll play the Paladin after combat. Yeah, he was never going to block with that, because that's how he gets to play any of his creatures. That's fine. Anytime an opponent uses Legion's Judgment on something with a Pirate's Cutlass, you should be happy, because your Pirate's Cutlass just gets to equip back onto something else in a second. We still don't need to untap you, so we won't. It's better just to play the Windstrider. And far more mana efficient. What is in his hand? Yes, we're discarding now. Why would I do that? It goes on to there, so I get 3 attackers. He has to block. So if he doesn't block, he just dies to Fire Cannon. Unless he has a life gain spell, so... Alright. That's cool with us. Oh, yeah. No, he's playing a forest. That's worrisome. He can literally play everything but Gashanth right now. I guess he can't play any double green or double white dino either. Hey. I don't know that Slash of Talent is going to be great. I'd rather have Vampire's Deal. And I kind of want the Schooner just in the deck as another thing for if I draw the freaking Quartermaster with the... we'll keep this hand for on the draw. It's got a 2-drop, and it's got things we can play on 3 if we draw any color of mana. It's got the best 2-drop we have, which is relevant. That's not great. I mean, it's a fine draw, but it's not a land. Definitely need to hit a land now. He's just about to start drilling dinos out. Oh, gosh. Well, that's probably going to do it. No land is brutal for us there. Just brutal. Hey, whew. It's also not even, he's not willing to put the Kanjali's Caller in front of the Bishop Soldier? I'm pretty sure you just do that. Like, if I've got a trick to trade for your Kanjali's Caller, that's probably okay. How expensive are the dinos you're playing? Oh. Now you'll do it, though. Schooner. Uh, we just crew up an attack, right? Because we have dive down for beating the Raptor Companion. I think this card is better than I've definitely heard people give it credit for. I was playing it at the beginning of the format, and it was decent for me. And then I definitely, I heard, oh, fudge. I heard a lot of people say it was bad, and I allowed that to creep into my judgment. But I don't know. The card seems to do the amount of work I expect it to do. No more, no less. Like, don't need to discard a card. Wait, is that correct? I think it's better just to play Paladin. Because if I wait until I have the Paladin down to attack with a Paladin, Vampire Zeal just kills the Raging Swordtooth instead of trading away the Sleek Shooter and the Vampire Seal for it. Vampire Zeal, not the Vampire Seal. It is not a an aquatic bloodsucker. Likes to play with balls. Beach balls, of course. That's kind of annoying, but not the end of the world. No, no, we don't want to do that. Yes, that's pretty good. Well, now do we just make the air elemental? I think we just make the air elemental. No attacks. We got the schooner crew to stop the Sun Crown Hunters if he attacks with those. We also just take 10 because we're at 32. Oh gosh, thematic compass. Oh, that's brutal. I was just about to run aground the compass. All right, whatever. Not the end of the world. Oh! I can't actually trigger anything with that at the moment, but good card. He's so afraid of something, he'll just let me have it. Okay. We are close. Tempest. I had men up for a bunch of turns in a row, and now that and then I tab out 2 turns in a row, and he has back-to-back removal spells. It's just kind of a kick in the nads. Rash of Raptors, okay. Don't have to do that. Okay, let's say I run aground the Sawtooth, and I make the schooner, and I attack with everything. Yeah, yeah. So I can't just sit around while he gets the thematic compass online. However, he can't compass and play Sawtooth next turn. Do I just target the schooner? Or is it better just to save the paladin? Probably better just to save the paladin. And have it to attack with next turn. I was just wondering if maybe like just targeting the schooner, getting in for the 6 damage right now, and then what's it called? Put them down to 4 instead of 6, and then it's just 2 elaborate fire cannons. If I had mana this turn and I could get one of the 2 in on this turn, like if I hadn't had to run aground, I would have done it this turn. You know, in a theoretical world where that block was happening, but I had the 4 mana because I didn't run aground, but I did have the Vampire's Veil. You're following. We would. I think I would have targeted the sooner, cannoned his face, and hope he couldn't find life, some sort of life gain before I untapped. The flavor behind this card is just hitting me too. By the way, like, oh, it's an elaborate fire cannon. Like, oh yeah, that's a descriptive thing, but also that's why you have to discard a card to unload it, to reload it. It's this big extravagant thing. You gotta like expend a dang resource to reload it. It looks pretty though, right? Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it looks good. We're gonna attack with both. This turn he's either got to spend mana to get the compass online, or I mean, I guess he could just draw a card, draw a land too. If he cold plays a land, that's not great for us. But if he doesn't, and has to transform this, if he has to tap it to transform it, I think we're good. Okay, I can have an untapped fire cannon, or I can have an extra 1/1. I don't get the one. No, no. I just untap the fire cannon. Thinking way too hard, aka overthinking. Yep, I don't really care where you block it. And we're just gonna go for the fire cannon shots. 2 to the face, end of his turn. 2 to the face, beginning of our turn. Well, you know, not beginning of our turn, but first main phase or whatever. Okay. That does get him the look at the top 4 for a creature trigger. Frenzied Raptor is not going to do it for him. I wonder if he has a life gain spell and he's trying to bait me to discard my card. Gonna do it anyway, but... Hey, we got there. Yeah, so this deck was performed surprisingly well. We thought it was going to be pretty bad, but it ended up, being pretty strong. Did we 2-0 both those later games? I think so, right? Yeah. We took a pair of 2-0s there with that deck, and we would have won this game versus Tilty McTilts and concedes on turn 2 when he doesn't draw a land, but we drew, what was it, 10 or 11 lands in a 11 turn game on a 2 land opener. Like, it just if it was if we had drawn that many lands, you gotta we didn't need that many. We only needed a couple. We only need to get to 5, 6, not 100. And then that guy had, and even then, when we drew that many lands, it still took him having a sure strike in hand, and us not playing around him having a pump spell to not get us another draw step. I mean, I guess I could have. I mean, it doesn't matter, because even if I switch life totals, we still die in 2 turns anyway. Because as we saw, I just drew a bunch of lands. But I think it's probably correct to still not switch there. I think it's better to say, here, you can knock me down to... Actually, no, it probably was correct to switch. Like, if he didn't have a trick, opponent doesn't have a trick, they would have just attacked with Thrasher Raptors the turn previous and put us down to 7. Right? Yeah, because you would attack with Thrasher Raptors and put us down to 7, because if you don't put us down to 7, you give us an extra turn after we swap. And you shouldn't be worried about your life total with a 5-3, a 6-6, and me with nothing in hand. Or nothing in the battlefield. Yeah, maybe we should have swapped based on him not attacking with the Thrasher Raptors. Still, regardless, deck overperformed. White-blue was not as, dead in the water as it seems at times, and yeah. Had a good time. Hope everybody else did. Be sure to like, subscribe, spread the word, tell a friend. Take your vitamins, and have a great life. Peace.